Well, I think there's absolutely a train to get on. Like so many institutional market participants, we're a very interested watcher this morning. We're looking at a number of factors to try to figure out whether or not we should add this new futures market into our portfolio. The first one is just what is the correlation to the other markets? And interestingly enough, over the last year, it's had almost a zero correlation to most of the macro markets that we trade. That makes it a very exciting market. I mean, I think about some of the investor feedback that we've gotten so far has been pretty polarized. People are either really excited about it or they're nervous and don't understand it. But we've gotten more calls on this market than we have on a new futures market in quite a long time.
If you were to see a downside, just help me. For those out there who are bearish about this, who look at this and say, this is funny money, this is completely crazy. You see what? Just give me, if you're going to be wrong, you think you'd be wrong in what way?
Well, I think that there's some regulatory uncertainty. Certainly, we know that the futures have been launched, and the CFTC will keep a close eye on those. But the cash market is still, a very unregulated market across the globe. And so I think that that's one of the concerns that many people have about this market. I mean, there's a number of factors that we're watching before we'll start trading the futures contract. The quality of the data, whether or not we can use the past spot price data in order to be indicative of future price movements with all of these new market participants getting in. Things like the market dynamics, the liquidity, the volatility, the trading costs. The spreads are somewhat wide, but obviously it's fairly new. We'll be watching that closely. And then you have to find an FCM that's willing to help you execute and clear the trades. There's only a handful of FCMs that have green-lighted Bitcoin futures so far. Most of the banks are in wait-and-see mode, just like we are.
How many people out there are literally arbitraging what's happening every morning? Meaning, you look at these different exchanges, you look at the different futures trading now, and there's clearly a discrepancy in the price.
Yeah, I think that there's a huge opportunity there in the arb market. I don't think, based on the spreads that we're seeing, that there is a lot of arbitraging happening so far. And that might just be the newness of the futures contract. And as I said, the inability for people to find an FCM to partner with. I mean, some of the models that we're thinking about trading, if we add this market, certainly trend and short-term mean reversion make a lot of sense given the price action. But, think about the carry opportunity here. There's no fundamental driven carry with, via the cash flows, but there is a fairly sizable convenience yield when you think about that spread between the spot and the futures. And some of our strategies could definitely take advantage of that if they stay at these levels going forward.
Okay, final question. If we had this conversation in 5 years, what will the price of Bitcoin be?
Well, we're a trend follower, not a trend predictor, so I have no idea where it'll be. And in all honesty, no matter what happens to cryptocurrencies, I think the real trade is in blockchain technology. We're already seeing that improved settlement in some of the markets we trade, and we believe that that's really going to unlock the potential for new markets in the future. So I'd bet on blockchain before Bitcoin.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.